Good evening, Gunslinger Posse, and welcome to Branded for June 4th, 2025, brought to you by South Texas Spine and Surgical Hospital. I'm Ralph Judkins, your host, joined for the very first time by the lovely and talented Marshall Campbell. How you doing tonight, Marshall?
I'm doing excellent. Thank you for having me.
Fantastic. This is a show all about the San Antonio Gunslingers, the Indoor Football League. Welcome your comments on social media. Of course, your comments here in the live chat. Well, any thoughts before we get started here?
Well, it's a live chat, so we should probably start chatting.
Well, yes, definitely. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I told James you'd be really, really good at this, and you're proving me right. It's Robert Seco says, Marshall.
Hey, what's up, Kylo?
Yeah,
Kylo, you're doing good. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, so I guess we'll start out as we're waiting for our first call-in guest to call back in. Tell us a little bit about what you do, because when I describe what Marshall does to other people, I say Marshall is the top hand.
Well, you know, I was best described. I was given a nickname by one of the previous coaches as duct tape, because you can use duct tape everywhere. It fixes everything. So when you have something going wrong, just use duct tape. And that was my nickname for a little bit. Well, it's still my nickname for now. So,
right. Okay.
But my main purpose is I am the setup coordinator for game day. I set up the field, make sure everything's going good. It takes me a crew of 10 good people that I really couldn't do it without. Sometimes I have to do it with less. And it really hits us. It really does. But, I have good people there that help me make it happen.
Well, we've got a show theme tonight, retro theme. So we'll start out with you until my guest comes back in. You were there at the very beginning in 22.
Oh, yes.
When they started the season, and we moved everything over to the Freeman Coliseum. And it was all coming in from out of state. The field was from Quad City. The boards and the pads were for Orlando. And it all just kind of arrived and fell in your lap. And somebody probably looked at you and said, okay, Marshall, figure it out. We got a game Saturday.
Yes. Well, actually, that would have been the owner, Don Rackler, who said, we're going to do this, and you're going to learn to do it. And so that way you can do it all the time. Yes. And so it was a big learning curve. We had to, it was just a mountain of stuff. And you're talking about the field, the original field that we had at the time is, 85 foot long, 15 feet wide, 1,000 pounds. It took 7 people.
For each of those rolls.
For each roll. And it took 7 strong people to unroll it. It was amazing. Then once we had it down, just to move it and to get it lined up that was fun. Brings back memories.
Well, I got our guest on the line here, the guy who was the original gunslinger. That's welcome to the show, Kali Rashad. Kali, how you doing tonight?
There you go. Excellent.
I'm doing pretty good. Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, glad you're here, because the theme this week is Retro Night. And there isn't anyone more retro than Kali Rashad, who was there back in the days when you were playing in the dirt in a rodeo barn. Tell us about, I guess, first of all, how did you get involved with the team? I mean, it's not like they put out a want ad on Facebook for people to try out, or is that in fact what happened?
No, our first head coach was the head coach of our semi-pro team here in San Antonio. Played for him for a couple of seasons, and then he got the call up to the Gunslingers, and he brought a few players up there with him, and that's how I got connected with the Gunslingers. So shout out to Tony Hernandez for just give me a chance.
Just giving people shout outs here tonight. So what were those early days like and people are saying happy belated birthday. Yes. Definitely.
Happy birthday, Kelly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What were those early days like?
It was, looking back on it, it was fun. It was tough at the beginning, at the start. But looking back on it, it was some fun times with my guys. Just playing in the Rose Palace, tough situation in there. Just practices, actually having to put the field down. Some players helping to put the field down, and
Yeah, I remember
that's
you were there. You were there.
yeah, I salute to all those guys that put the field down to this day. Man, that's a tough job to do. It was just a lot of good memories, and we started off a little slow, but look at us now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, look at you now, Collie. You're still amazing. You do an excellent job out there. You know, you're bobbing and weaving and rolling and flipping and going every which way. That's hats off to you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. And that's God right there. He's been in the corner since day one, and still allowing me to play the game to this day. So I'm just thankful I'm able to still do it at this age and at this time of my career.
Well, then we transitioned you over to playing at the Freeman Coliseum. Were there even locker rooms at the Rose Palace, or were you just changing underneath the bleachers before coming out into the bench area, which was in dirt outside the wall?
Get you a
Pretty
towel.
much. It was pretty much. They had these little small rooms, but of course you got 300-pound guys in there. You can't all fit in that room. So some guys outside in the back of the barn changing their cars or whatever it may be, just changing the restroom. Yeah, it was a tough situation. But
So they
coming to
really,
the Freeman.
so they really put the minor in minor league football over there.
Yeah.
So the transition to the Freeman. Now you finally actually have a locker room, not necessarily with lockers, but a place to a place to change that's out of the direct line side of people walking up and asking you if the goats are being shown here today.
I got Leo. I love you, man.
Yeah. But what was it like coming over to the Freeman after the Rose Palace?
It was a big upgrade. Like you said, we had the little locker rooms, but it was a lot more spacious than what we were in before, and just the stadium itself, the arena itself, is just amazing. So it's never one bad seat in there. It's all good seats. Um, our fans make it crazy in there, make it loud. So a big upgrade to the Freeman.
Fantastic. Anyone you want to give a shout out to before you go? Because I don't want to keep you from recovery phase, which is the after practice here on Wednesday.
So many people, man. I don't want to take up that much time. It's
Oh, we got another 50 minutes.
yeah, but just a couple shout outs to it's retro week, retro night this Saturday. So a couple shout outs to everybody that started this gunslinger thing off, and the original owners. Shout out to them, of course. Um, Big shout out to my teammates back in. We had a lot of names that you probably remember. Pierre Turner.
Yeah.
We had Darius Banks, my guy.
DB.
Yeah, we had there's a lot of teammates, man, that I miss playing with, miss going to war with. Hoping those guys are doing well. Shared the field with my cousin, Isaiah White. That's another. It's like my brother growing up together. And just being able to share the field with your family is that's something special itself. But it's a lot. My coaches, Coach Q. Shout out to Coach Q. He took over the head coaching duties after Tony Hernandez left. Yeah, it's
Well, it's
Coach
Carly, it's
Keto,
amazing
Herbert
how
Gonzalez.
you do that. I mean, it takes a team, and everybody you're shouting out to is you can't do these things on your own, and so
Nah,
it takes everybody that you got, and that's amazing that you're surrounded by that many people to help you through all this.
We actually had a couple questions pop up for you, Collie, so I can't let you go until we please the fans. Alex McSwain says, Collie, I hope you play for many years, but when it's time to hang up the cleats, I hope the Gunslingers retire your jersey. You ever heard anyone talking about that? Because I think it's a great idea myself.
never heard anybody talk about it, but that sounds very cool.
Okay, we just started the conversation tonight. I'm imagining a big number 5 hanging from the rafters or hanging from that catwalk up there when we put that up there.
That'd be cool, man. That would be
Oh
a
yeah,
dream come true.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Especially being the original part of the original
Right,
crew, the original
right.
crew. That most definitely, I think I know somebody we can talk to, see
Yeah,
if we
you
can make
should.
that happen.
Yeah, there's about 5 people off camera, Kali, and every single one of them nodded when I made that suggestion in the room. From Monica Martin out in Sports Coast to Coast. Kali, can you describe the connection receivers have with one another and how you build chemistry with a quarterback? I think it's a very interesting question.
Yes.
Uh, yeah. First off, it comes from day one in camp. You're not you're not just going on Saturdays and performing. Like we're grinding together throughout the practices, throughout the weight room, throughout anything. You're around those guys 80% of the time, 90% of the time. So you bond and you build a brotherhood, and so it's just something that you do every day, brick by brick. You try to build, and then you go out and try to perform on Saturdays. But with the quarterbacks, man, it's different for us this year. We done been through a few, quarterbacks. So
Yeah. Well.
uh,
Okay.
what we're doing now is amazing. What Colazo is doing, Red, that's what we call him, Red Rifle. Uh,
Oh,
it's
so
it's
that's his
amazing what he's
nickname,
doing.
Red Rifle.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Okay.
got a
All
few.
right.
He
I
has a,
j-
he has a few, but I call him the Red Rifle.
okay.
Yeah.
But it's amazing what he's doing right now, and building with the receivers just off of a couple games of being a part of the Gunslingers, and uh, he's only gonna get better, man. So it's exciting.
Well,
But
fantastic.
love
Oh,
that
well, there's
question. Good question.
yeah, there was another question that came in or just came in down here from Leonardo Yamas. Kali, when did you do your first touchdown backflip? I don't think that was with the Gunslingers, though.
First touchdown backflip. Um,
It's retro now,
Yes.
known as
Yeah.
deep trivia.
Yeah. You've been
yeah,
backflipping a long time.
yeah, I know I started it a long time ago, but I stopped and then I started it again with the Gunslingers. But yeah, my first touchdown that I can remember right now is with the Gunslingers. It was the first game of the Gunslingers. We played against the North Texas Bulls in the Rose Palace. Uh, Interesting. I didn't even wear 5 that game. I was number 19, and scored 5 touchdowns that my first game coming out. So
Wow.
yeah, I did a couple. I did a few. I did a few backflips that day. Yeah, but yeah, I think that's the one I can remember. It was back in the Rose Palace 5 years ago.
There you go.
Yeah.
Another discovery on Retro Night, and that number 5 keeps coming up.
Yes.
Didn't even have my number on my jersey number, so it hurt me a little bit, but I was able to make up for it with a few touchdowns.
And Coach Q chiming in saying, "Yes, sir, I remember that."
Well.
Coach Q, shout out to my dog, man. The first black head coach I had. Shout out to him.
Excellent, excellent. Anything else before we go and we continue on with Brandon?
Man, just shout out to actually my family, of course. Before I leave, love those people in my corner. They've been there every step of the way. Couldn't do it without them. Shout out to my teammates, man. Let's make it special this year.
Mhm.
We're gonna turn it around and do something special. So uh, appreciate our fans. Amazing, nothing short of amazing. It's been like that from the jump, from day one since I've been part of the Gunslingers. It's been amazing fan base, and we seem to get better and better as the years go along. And shout out to the Gunslinger organization too, man. Thank you for keeping me around, keeping the old man around, and
I think you earned your keep.
giving me giving me chance after chance, man. So I appreciate them from the top to the bottom. I appreciate everybody, and let's keep it going.
Somebody's local here. Thove, Thove, says Wagner High School and Gunslingers. Somebody goes way back with you.
Yeah, that's my guy Hover. Yeah, he went to school with me back at Wagner. He's at every game, every home game too. So that's what I say about the fans are great in San Antonio, man. Shout out to my guy though.
All right, fantastic. Well, thanks for being on with us, Kali, and we look forward to seeing your performance coming up this weekend with Quad City rolling into town. First time we're playing them.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to it. Thank you for having me again, guys.
Hey, stay amazing. Stay amazing.
Yes, sir. Always. Thank you, sir.
All right. That was our interview with Kali Rashad. And now I get to resume, since he popped in, resume our conversation about early days of unrolling the field. And apparently we have Fernando Avila is here tonight. He says he was the certified forklift operator. You know, there's a lot of people that say they're a certified forklift operator.
Well, you know, he did good, because actually you have, when it starts out, it's a 15-foot burrito.
Right.
1,000-pound burrito.
Black.
And we have to put it through a 12-foot door. So we had to angle them. And I know that Fernando remembers that. You had to angle them a certain way, and then you had to move the forklift this way to get that part out first, and then turn that way. And we're not even going to talk about the water barrels.
Oh, I was planning on talking about the water barrels.
He's laughing off camera, but he knows.
Because
yes.
The water barrels were a part of it because in the first few games, they were the walls would move very, very easily.
Yes.
All they were was connected to each other. And the Freeman Coliseum, for some crazy reason, wouldn't let us put anchors into the concrete.
No, they would not.
I think it had to do with the fact that they bought, I don't know, there was an ice rink cooling system underneath there. And
exactly.
They didn't want us driving into their coils.
So
Iguanas played there a long time ago.
And you know, the thing is, so they wouldn't let us bolt it down.
Right.
And so at first we had wooden cross beam triangles, bracing. That's the word I was looking for.
Oh, I remember those. Yeah.
Yes.
They were triangles 45s away from.
Mm-hmm.
And that.
And we tried to weight. We tried to weight those down.
And
however, we soon realized that when you have, you know, a 200-pound guy, you know, running full steam into the side of that wall, it will move. It's amazing that the whole
every time
the whole physics part of it, it just gravity and everything else comes into play. However, so then I don't know who it was. Maybe it was a collective effort. One of the crew said, "You know what? What if we put water barrels? Hey, that's a good idea. Water barrels and braces." Not enough water barrels. More water barrels. So now we have 50 water barrels that go around the ring.
And they just look like cocktail tables.
Yes, they do.
People think they're cocktail tables, and people put popcorn on top of them and nachos.
Exactly.
And Robert Seco has caught some amazing splashes.
Yes.
Players going over the walls, clearing out the cocktail table.
Yes, and it's a very heavy, well-formed cocktail table. However,
durable.
Yes,
that's dorm room.
But when you see them coming your way, move your drink and your popcorn. That's just
Pro tip.
A little branded tip for today. Move your drink and your popcorn. So,
right, you think we're good for the first quarter here on Retro Night? We get to talk with our chain crew next. Any other memories of the early days of rolling in?
You know what? I can't leave without talking about this memory. It was when AFL went to the 30 by 30 aluminum goalpost or field goal nets.
The nets in the NAL.
Yes,
that was our second year.
Oh, was that the NAL?
Yeah, NAL.
Okay. So anyway, we were having them prefabbed. They were coming in from, I don't know, Georgia, let's just say, out of state. And they got there. And at 6 o'clock in the morning, Saturday morning, the owner, Don Reckler, calls me and says, "Hey, come down to the field because we need to get these nets up for our game. So after hours of both of us laying on the field, trying to squeeze in little pipe parts and wrap nets, and that was quite an adventure, but we did it. Thank you, Don.
And that's engineering.
Yes.
Truly
Yes.
engineering.
Well, thank God he had some prefab in his background. So we got it done.
Excellent. Well, we'll take a break here and be right back with our ball and chain crew when we return. You are watching Branded, brought to you by South Texas Spine and Surgical Hospital. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
All right, team, huddle up. Just like in surgery, we need precision and teamwork. Trust me, just like on the field, if we stick to the playbook, we'll achieve excellence.
Coach, are you sure about this?
We've trained for this. We're experts. The San Antonio Gunslingers and South Texas Spine and Surgical Hospital and Outpatient Center, where precision meets performance.
Dependability. It's expected by our customers, and it's demanded by me. I personally guarantee the certified techs we send to your home and the equipment we install are dependable. John Wayne's American Pride comfort systems are designed specifically for San Antonio's extreme heat and humidity and come with a lifetime warranty. For comfort you can depend on, call John Wayne today.
John Wayne Service Company is a proud sponsor of the San Antonio Gunslingers.
Yeah, and welcome back to Branded, the second quarter. We bring to the stage Junior Cervantes. Junior, you are the lead for the chain crew and ball crew for the San Antonio Gunslingers, and you've been doing this since 22, right?
22, correct.
Yeah, you're part of the original ball and chain king. So it's retro night. Tell us about who you have here, because they'll be all coming on, and let's hear some horror stories, memories, and war stories of being on the chain gang.
Oh, yeah, we got plenty of those. Yes, so, the chain crew and ball crew consist of 7 of us, actually. So it's myself, and then, of course, we got, on the chain crew, we got Joshua Puga, and then we got Rodney Hinton, and then, of course, on the ball crew, you have Fernando Avila, and then we have Tino Lopez, and then we have Eric and Henry.
So it's a big crew.
Yes.
7 guys. That's more than the officials. And you report directly to the White Hat, correct?
Yes, we do.
And then the head linesman. How's that gone?
Pretty good. It's pretty good. We do get where they tell us, the head guys, they love that, they're not after us for everything. We actually, we're right there with them at every move, so
Well,
there's fun out there.
I don't remember any of our crew getting run over. I've seen other highlights of other crews getting in the way. Last week, there was a fumble. It was a play with an interception followed by a fumble and recovered by the wrong team for the home crowd. And it was one of the home team chain guys that got away a ball bouncing off of the wall. That has never happened. You guys always manage to stay clear. How have you managed to pull that off?
So what we try to do is stay behind the refs, the coach, so that way we don't get in the way of anybody. You know, I mean, we've had those times where interception, something. You know, we got to move out of the way
Change
real
of
quick.
field. Yeah.
You know, and there's been times we've had to climb over. You know, and we're there. You know, but it's mainly paying attention.
And little bobbing and weaving.
Yep.
Yes.
In the end.
Yes.
Who do you want to bring on here next?
So what we'll do is we'll bring on Joshua.
Right, Joshua.
He's one of the guys on the chain crew also.
All right.
Alrighty.
Come on in, Joshua Puga, second guy on the chain. So we'll squeeze in here on Branded. So tell us about your job and some of your horror stories.
Basically, so far this is my first year, so being able to be part of it is awesome. Horror stories, not too much being my first year, but like Junior did mention, change of field, the ball comes a different direction.
Right.
Got to be ready to move quick. Got to be able to pay attention and know exactly what's going on at all time. It's not the same thing as standing or sitting in the stands.
So
It's a whole different experience.
Did you have any crew experience, say high school before?
No, sir.
So your first,
My instruction was move. That was my instruction. Move. Do not cause no delays.
Well, that's awesome. So you never had a rookie phase or an amateur phase. You just started off in the pros.
Pretty much.
There
There
Pretty
you
much
go.
it.
Put that on your resume.
That's
Yep.
it.
Put that on your resume.
Keep your eye on the ball and get out the way.
Yep. Follow instructions.
And we have
All
a
right.
comment saying that Samantha Whitehead says, you guys are great at paying attention to the game. I can definitely second that because, well, we haven't lost any crew members as far as I
Right.
know to injury.
Yes.
And they're the only ones out there besides the officials with no pads, no helmet. And you got to be able to get over the wall. Does
Exactly.
when they reverse field, does the adrenaline kick in? You find you're able to spring over the top of that wall easier?
I'm pretty sure I will clear it.
Oh,
All right.
Find a way over real quick.
Yes.
Uh,
Little bit of being agile helps.
A little bit. And I'm not that small of a
But
guy, so
yeah, you're going.
I'm going.
You're going.
There was a question for Junior. Maybe you can yell this one in. Mark Yamaguchi asked, are you and your gang okay with fan intervention? We'll have to come over and yell that one. We haven't had this many guests all of the same crew. Okay, come on in, Junior.
Hi, Junior.
So yes, we love especially with the kids.
Oh yeah,
the
they get to
kids-
hold it, right?
Yes, they they like to high five us a lot. So we're there with them with a lot of fans. Being there with them, and it's fun. It's an experience, and it's something different. Than we're used to.
Well,
Cool.
seeing this is working so well, I think we should bring over our third member to stand over
There you
my
go.
shoulder and talk in this microphone. Bring to the stage Joshua Puga.
For now.
I'm sorry, Fernando Avila. who's,
Where did that come
Yeah,
from?
I already arrived. Yeah. So, yeah, Fernando, who's part of the ball crew. You're one of 4 people on the ball crew.
Yeah, I run the ball crew.
Oh, you're the lead of the ball crew.
Yes, I'm the leader of the ball
Ah,
Okay, so you're the big ball.
crew. Yeah,
yes.
there you go.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a joke in there, but I'm refraining.
Yes, it's a family
Yes,
show,
yes,
and we're going
yes.
to keep it that way.
I wouldn't want to do that. I'm not gonna go there either.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're also responsible for the inflator.
Yes, so I usually show up about an hour and a half before the game, and I double check all the balls, make sure they're all inflated to the correct PSI, and supply my guys throughout the game when they're running low and stuff like that. They usually text me, or I'll just walk around with a full bag and swap bags and make sure they have what they need.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
I'm trying to
I'm
use
going.
all
I'm
the
going
words.
in a different direction from you right now. So you're not you're not pulling any Tom Brady's on us, right? You're not going to underinflate the ball or
The refs
anything. Yes.
check the balls before every game and stuff like that. They check everything before we pass them out.
Eric Anthony checking in saying, Eric is my favorite ball guy.
Oh.
He's the main guy on the right side. He's
Yes.
the go-to guy for the rest throughout most of the game. Yes.
And Samantha Whitehead says, hey, Fernando.
What's up, Sam?
So, war stories. How long have you been with the crew?
Same as Junior.
Okay, so you were there at the inception. War stories, horror stories out there in the corrals.
No, just little kids the whole entire game when I walk around. Can I have a ball? Can I have a ball? Hey, can I have a
Yeah.
ball?
Yeah.
I said, I go to concessions.
Yeah. Have them up there. These are game balls.
Yeah.
But I have to give a shout out to Fernando because he used to also help when we set up the field back in 22. So that was a big help for us.
That's how I first started. Yeah, when I first started, I was with the field crew, setting up the field, the walls, the padding before every game and stuff like that. The day before the game, I'd show up, and then we started doing the balls and the chain after that.
And you just left us like nothing. You didn't
I asked
care.
Jordan,
You haven't even called. Yeah, I see you at the.
All you gotta do is ask for my number.
No show, no call. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it is. That's how.
So
Eric Anthony must be a masochist. Says he misses doing setup.
Oh yes.
Put him to work.
Yes, it was especially with the old field. The old field. Now that we have the new field, it's like laying tile. Goes much smoother.
The walls are numbered right now.
The numbers, everything is in sequence.
Walls
Even
are the
the
right
pads,
height for the pads.
The pads.
The pads are made correctly.
Yeah, that was the other story.
Yeah, well, go ahead and tell it. It's retro night. This is the time for it.
That was last season.
Yeah. We had 4-foot walls and 5-foot pads. And so we learned how to manufacture and cut down pads, and they look real good. You never even know the difference.
Retrofit.
Yeah,
and that old
retrofit.
field, we didn't throw anything away. It's actually about 100 yards behind us.
Yes,
out in the all weather.
Makes a great practice field. Very durable, very durable.
Yep.
So great practice field it does make.
Don definitely got his money's worth on both fields. And now we have that beautiful segmented one. Now, were you involved? You're involved with the setup here. Time difference in putting down the new field versus the old field.
Oh yes. Well, not really much of a time difference because with a crew of 10, it'll take us 8 hours to set everything and 6 hours to take it up. So, but it's much better. I guess that's the best word I can say it. It's a lot easier.
Less duct
tape. Less duct tape. Patching. Oh yeah, I forgot about the patching. Thank you. Yeah, I became an excellent field patcher. So
and that experience carried over here to this field because it looks real nice out there.
Yes.
See all the discarded glue sticks.
Yes. And after the first year, it's amazing. You would think something that heavy doesn't move or shrink or expand, but somehow it has a life of its own.
It shifts.
So yes,
it's a living thing.
It is,
even though it's not live grass. Mark Yamaguchi chiming in saying, "Hey, Chain Gang Bangers, I'll see you this weekend supporting you guys. You always make it a better fan experience. Truly appreciate all of you." And Eric Anthony saying, "Seeing the field come to life was always very cool to see." Leonardo Lamas, even tempered to give a zebra crap when they miss an obvious call and you're standing right there and saw it yourself. I'm sure that never happens, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of those bite the lip moments.
Yeah. Usually from the stands, you're yelling at the ref, and
Right.
now we're so close, they're extra tempted.
Yes.
But you're not. But you're not supposed to.
No.
Yes.
That's how you keep your job.
Yep.
Gentlemen,
Yeah.
any shout outs before we go and put this thing into halftime?
Let's get this win on Saturday.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're gonna
Shout
do
out
it.
to the rest of the crew. I know some of them are watching, and of course, without everybody, I mean, we wouldn't be able to do it without them, So shout out to everybody, and of course, we got the support of our spouses too,
Mhm.
So that also comes in play with us, and shout out to all, Dawn, James, Jordan, April, West, So, but we will see all this weekend. We will be there.
All right. This has been our time on the Retro Show with the Ball and Chain Gang. If you come to the game, definitely give them a shout out. And we'll be back with more of Branded when we return. Brought to you by South Texas Spine and Surgical Hospital. Be right back.
For generations, the family recipes at Carrabba's Italian Grill have been bringing people together. From the sweet smell of our scratch-made sauce to our rich layers of lasagna, we believe food made with love leads to tables filled with laughter. Dine with us or order out at carrabbas.com.
I'm fixing to set that on the corner here. If you ain't got blood in your hands, that means you ain't having fun. This is what it's come back to, yeah. Trouble, trouble, under these neon lights. A drink and doubles, keep the change, hold the ice. I'm on that honky tonk high, dancing with the devil tonight. Holding another and another and another and one more after that. Yeah, trouble, trouble. Under these neon
And welcome back to Branded on June 4th, 2025, bringing to the stage Matt Stanfield, the Matt of Mattengas Pizzaria, and our lead sponsor for Star Wars Night. How did that go, Matt?
Oh, that was phenomenal. Getting to hand out the game ball. I mean, I know we just talked about that, and the ball and chain gang and all the stuff that they do. It was really cool for my son to get to hand that out and have our logo on it. The experience it's unique for sure. And then Star Wars, of course.
Of course.
Well, I don't recall seeing you at the game. Were you in costume? Were you one of the bucket heads in the middle of the field?
I was there. I definitely helped assist handing out the ball. I was wearing the pizza costume with the stormtrooper helmet.
So we call that what?
That was the pizza trooper.
The pizza trooper.
Because
Pizza trooper.
why not?
Oh, it was a cool costume. I got to see it, so it was cool.
So is that the 314th Legion?
Oh, that's a good one. Yes.
I'm just saying there had to be a joke in there somewhere, but the 314th Legion, I think could work. 314th.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the fighting 314th.
That makes sense. I don't think there is one in Clone Wars or anything. So yeah, that should work.
Yeah.
I'm surprised the nerds at Star Wars didn't come up with that yet.
Well, how many nerds are actually hardcore pizza people? We all eat it, but we're not,
it's a late night nerd thing too. I mean, don't discredit the nerds. Say they don't eat pizza. I'm sure they do.
And then the motto of the Legion.
They eat it. They may not be making it.
I'm giving you the motto of the Legion, since you're probably going to copyright this. The motto of the Legion is "We'll always be around."
Yeah.
Oh,
nice.
That's deep.
Unless we go
not
Detroit.
like thin crust, but deep.
Well, I brought you on here. Any other comments on the Star Wars night? Because as soon as this next thing happened, I thought of you and I wanted to get you on the show.
For sure. I think having the Star Wars music during the game was it created a different flavor to the game, a little bit different experience. I think that was really unique in a football experience. So.
And you saw the lightsabers in the stands. I'm only seeing it from a high angle. What did it look like down low?
When it down low, like when they turn the lights down, when the team's coming out on the field, to me, that is the coolest experience when you're down there looking out at all the fans with the lightsabers. So, yeah, it's very neat.
Well, the other thing that happened on Tuesday, or I heard about it on Tuesday, had to call you. So, Matt, thanks for rushing over here to answer what can only be called, or what I'm describing as, the Pompeii pizza postmortem. And I'm going to put on a screen I guess explicit or a viewer advisory, discretion advised. This is a horror story. And I wanted Matt to come on to explain how this could happen. Sensitive viewers may want to look away.
This right here was definitely a disaster.
Well, just to be clear, that's not your pizza.
No, that is not our pizza.
That was delivered to our players at the Tulsa game.
At the Tulsa game by an unnamed and dishonorable, I guess, pizza dealer who decided
not named Pompeii. You started with Pompeii, but yeah,
right. But we called it Pompeii because you said this is a
Oh yeah, I don't know what they did. It looks like they got the pizza stuck in the oven, forgot about it for an extra 20 minutes, and still tried to cut it. I don't even know what they did. I think there's cheese under there. Maybe they flipped it upside down. I really don't know.
It's been
I was in shock when I saw that. I had to bring something how it's supposed to look like, because we get to serve the
move out of
pizzas.
the way here and see. Bring that pizza.
Yeah, bring it
here.
over here closer.
And
closer.
And
that's a cheese pizza that we serve to the.
That is a cheese pizza.
So when
I have to agree.
We serve to our players and to the opposing team when they come to San Antonio, they actually get good pizza.
And a nice box, I might also add.
Yes, Leo, they did deliver that, as Jordan Stubing says, at the Tucson game. Photography credit to Naquan Murray, who sent me that image after I heard about it in the meeting. So what would happen if that was actually, not that it ever would?
We've done it. We've done it, but we just aren't serving it.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so the mistake is made, but there is quality control. Somebody's looking under the
Well, I mean, the vent hood Ansel system might be going off with how burned that thing looked, the fire extinguisher. But yes, we've definitely smoked a few. It can be done.
Yes,
it takes effort, though.
Yeah, it happens, but it ain't going out the window. In other words, what you're saying, passing through the door.
Right.
It stays in the kitchen.
So is there?
It goes in the trash.
Yes.
They can't eat it either.
But is there a charred pizza technique of some kind where that's a thing where you'll cook something a little bit more?
It's like getting a steak well done. Why?
Well, I thought there was something that y'all did on Valentine's Day or offered on Valentine's Day.
Okay, social media is different.
Okay,
that when you put somebody else in charge of social media, then they're, that we did that for Valentine's Day. We had a special where you could order a heart-shaped pizza, and we would burn it on your behalf, and it looks similar to what they served actually, and send it to your ex or something like that. I think we served a couple. I believe at the one store at 1604 in O'Connor, there is, and I hope they're not watching, but there is a customer that he still orders and has a pizza delivered from Mattengas to his ex. And I think it's been 3 or 4 years that we have done this, like to where the manager knows that this is coming.
This day at
Valentine's Day, I have to deliver this pizza to her. And I think this last time she was like, really? Again? Still?
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe it's on recurring.
They have a word for that. I think it's counseling. Yes. Yes. Somebody is in need of some counseling.
Just get ringside at the Gunslinger game. You'll forget about it.
That area has a lot of law firms too, I imagine, that may specialize in divorce, I guess.
I don't know. Maybe it's possible.
And we actually have a pizza question. Joseph Rodriguez chiming in. Do you, I guess he means Mattengas, offer fully cooked pizza, like put it in the oven twice? I think he's talking about half-baked pizza where it's not fully through, but they can put it in the freezer and then...
You mean like par baking it or twice baking it? We can put it through twice if you order it crispy. They will serve it burned if that's what you want.
Oh, that's what
we will do it if you want it.
Yeah.
It's called...
Yeah, Mark Yamaguchi chiming in. Go ahead. You started reading it.
Yeah, I started reading it. It's called Get Over It, Man. Yeah, that was perfect.
So, there are any final thoughts on our pizza autopsy here? What would you advise a customer to do? First of all, they made their first mistake by not ordering from Mattengas, because this would never happen. What
for sure
would you recommend to a customer, say, who made a mistake and ordered from somebody else? I don't know, perhaps in Tucson, and what they should say if they got a pizza like this in their residence in Tucson?
They should probably return that because they should not have executed order 66 on that pizza. Like seriously.
Yeah, that's something that's just obviously. I mean, how can you do that? Do we have any X's on the Gunslingers from somebody from Tulsa? Did we even consider that?
At least get it heart-shaped and make a good story out of it.
Yes,
At
least, make something distinct.
Yeah.
Or put some kind of label on it that says, special order.
Yeah, for sure. Or just put, if you just put tomato sauce on bread and put it in the oven, it will burn like that. So you can make it pretty, a cheeseless.
I just
burnt
realized something.
Tomato.
It's actually very, very appropriate that Nyquan Murray took the picture, because Nyquan Murray was burning the secondary all freaking night long.
It could have been why. They could have called him and said, hey, burn those pizzas.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes. He's burnt me. Now it's my turn to get him back.
And we're actually getting rapid fire pizza questions now. Leonardo Lamas, the big question for you personally, not do you serve it because you pretty much have to. Pineapple on pizza. He wants to limit you to a yes or no, but I'm sorry. He's a guest on Branded. He can say whatever he wants.
Yeah, I can't be limited to yes or no. We have to, yes, because we have to. I am going beyond pineapple to pickles. Actually,
if you haven't seen that ad,
it's
intriguing.
Pickles launched today. We sent out a text on that, so we actually put pineapple and pickles on a pizza. It's basically blasphemy.
Sweet and salty
for pregnant women. Is that that's good.
I didn't think about that
that's
one.
Good. The pregnancy
I don't bring
pizza.
that subject up with my wife. So,
right.
I will. I wanted another kid, but we're not there.
Pineapples
So,
and pickles.
4 was the limit. So,
how did it sell? I'm curious.
We just launched it, so I don't have any.
You don't have numbers. So it just launched tonight.
But, it looks like it's going good so far. So we've got gallons of pickles that we need to go through. So they will be on pizzas. They're on the buffet at Shirts, by the way, as well. And we just launched the buffet at Callahan during the week, so you can try the pickle there a little bit risk-free.
Oh.
Nice. Leonardo Lamas did have an additional comment, and I guess it helps to have it as a caption. He's named the pizza for us. It is the Anakin Skywalker special.
It's from Mustafar.
It's from Mustafar.
I can see that.
Yeah.
After he killed the droid, that's why they burned it.
Yeah. Joseph Rodriguez is asking the question that I know you're going to love to answer. Without giving too much information, was this from an actual pizza place? Or, he's talking about the pizza, the Anakin Skywalker from Mustapha Pie.
In Tucson? Yeah, I don't know.
We have there was no box information included in the image. So that was, there. Yeah.
So we don't know who did it. Which company?
Because I would have contacted them with an alternate voice and said, if you do not send money to this address,
yes,
we will release the pizza one slice at a time.
If you're going to burn it, at least make it a broken heart.
Yes. Mark Yamaguchi saying, wish you'd open up in Northwest Houston. Well,
one day.
And Monica chiming in, she's a West Coaster. I believe in a constitutional amendment requiring pineapple on pizza.
Nice. You have to try it with the pickles.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually intrigued by that because I started seeing the ads and it's like, wait, that's not any different from the brisket with the sweet and the salty.
Mm-hmm.
Or the incredibly legendary, if you haven't had this, folks, you got to go get the honey bear. You've got to freaking get the honey bear. Jalapeno, pineapple, pepperoni, the crisp.
Mm-hmm. It's the cup and char pepperoni, the freshly sliced jalapeno.
Why am I describing this?
Hot honey.
Yes.
Honey.
And as a finisher, so you've got the sweet, you've got the tangy, you've got the salty.
It's San Antonio on a pie.
It is all over your tongue,
It is
folks.
excellent. Oh, yeah. It is excellent. Now, I can't really vouch for pickles and pineapple. Maybe I'll go to the buffet and try that one. But
don't worry, pulled pork is next, so the pickles will make sense in a month or so.
Yeah. And then big long strip onions on there as well.
Oh, we always put onions. Yeah.
Always the long onions. Okay, fantastic. Any shout outs before you go? Because I know you don't close until 9, and your phone's probably blowing up here because they always call the boss.
Yeah, so far nobody's on here. Huge shout out to Andrew. He's been coordinating all of the food that's being delivered, and so it takes us 3 stores and 3 teams, 4 drivers sometimes to get all of the food on a Saturday night.
And that's not a slow time.
We're delivering 70 pizzas at 8 to 9. Sometimes it's hard to know when the game is going to end, so trying to time it so that the pizzas are warm, very difficult. He's doing fantastic.
So you're watching the game on the IFL Network, or
no? I'm there.
He's there.
I'm there.
Okay,
I'm there. Andrew is taking care of that. So
so you just pick up the phone and say,
Don's got duct tape. I've got Andrew. That's how this is going. We just we'll have to go with electrical tape because duct tape is taken.
Yeah.
Sending the
no, but
pies.
that's I didn't. I had no idea it was 7. I knew it was a lot of pizzas. I didn't know it was 70 that you
70 to
delivered.
80. Yeah, we're
Oh,
delivering to
yes.
both teams and the cheerleaders, and yeah, we're a lot of pizzas.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do send the
But
cheerleaders to
I
Canadian
mean-
bacon and pineapple pizzas.
Well, yeah.
Cheerleaders should just split one. I could see where the players eat one whole by themselves.
Believe it or not, they eat 5.
Wow.
Or 6. I don't know.
Okay.
On an entirely unrelated note, the
Yeah.
gunslinger, the 6-shooters calendar dropped earlier this week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, great calendar. Yes, it should be out on the website. But yes, since we were talking about the 6-shooters and how many girls on the squad? Oh, only 5 pies between them. They're not eating that much.
Yeah.
And seriously, they burn the calories. They're on the field. I'm going to get in trouble the more I talk here. All right.
Yeah, so that's why. That's
this
why
is a
I already
subject you're
stopped. I just
broaching,
kind of left that one
you should
out.
not-
Let's go back to the pickles and pineapple.
I was just saying it is to tell your guy to bring down the pies. You can send in Legion 314 now.
Yeah. Oh, yes,
Yeah.
for sure. That we will be using that.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. And I can see either on the inside or the outside a Legion 314 Stormtrooper helmet or something in the future, because that's an evergreen.
Yeah.
That's not going anywhere.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, awesome.
For sure.
Awesome. Well, I guess that will do it for our third quarter. Again, thank Matt Stanfield for coming down to do this pizza autopsy. And of course, he brought pizza. And of course, it was fantastic. And everyone was hungry.
Appreciate being here.
yeah.
Guns up and slices up.
Yes.
I still don't know where that came from, but
Yeah, well, you're the one that yelled it, though.
I did. I don't know where it came from.
It's on the ad.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Guns up, slices up.
No idea. No idea. All right. Well, that will do it for our third. We'll be back with our fourth quarter in just a moment. You're watching Branded, brought to you by South Texas Spine and Surgical Hospital.
We all need hot water. Some of us need more than others. So it's a good thing that State has a wide range of tough commercial-grade water heaters for your home. From standard models to high-efficiency and tankless models, we've got you covered, no matter where you live, what you do, or who started it. To install a State water heater in your home,
Call John Wayne today or visit us at johnwayne.com.
Welcome to Mattengas.
Must be that time of the year again, where we work hard and we play hard and eat good pizza.
Hey, gunslingers, come try Mattengas, voted best pizza in San Antonio. We are family and deeply invested in our community. After this game, come find a Mattengas near you. Guns up, slices up.
Welcome to South Texas Spine and Surgical Hospital, an outpatient center. Step into our operating rooms, where highly skilled surgeons work hand in hand with specialized technicians. Our dedicated team has extensive experience and expertise in spine and surgical procedures. Our commitment to patient safety is unwavering. We understand that your well-being is at the heart of everything we do. South Texas Spine and Surgical Hospital, an outpatient center where expertise, longevity, and state-of-the-art technology come together for your health.
And welcome back to Branded for our fourth quarter here with Marshall Campbell, my co-host. How you doing tonight, Marshall?
I am doing excellent. This has just been very enjoyable to do. You don't see what's going on behind the scenes, but there's a lot of cutting up that goes on behind the scenes while we're trying to deliver the message.
Yeah, one of these days we might have the show version where they have the commercials over it, and the other one where you pay a few dollars more and the camera never shuts off, and you can hear all the stuff behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, ooh yeah. I'm not so sure I want to help you out with that.
Yeah, I'm hearing all the laughter in the room. Like, yeah, that ain't happening. Well, what is happening is we did have something really, really cool happen this week, and that would be this here. Congratulations to Joaquin Collazo, our quarterback, who was named the IFL Offensive Player of the Week. His numbers are there on the screen, and yeah, pretty good numbers there. No interceptions, so we like that. And yeah, our first player of the week this year.
Wow.
For the Gunslingers, and
that's great. We have to get that notoriety. We have to pick up those points. We really need that.
And we've got a big display behind us.
Oh,
of
yes.
all of the shirts. It's 5 new designs dropping for Retro Night, and Tony Scalise saying yes, Joaquin. Yes, indeed, for
those
Joaquin.
I love the fact that how we keep changing and just changing shirts, different styles, different colors, whether it's Heroes or Star Wars or Retro or Outlaws. We got it all.
Yeah,
So
Jordan has he has a fun job.
Yes, he does.
At least that part of his job is fun. I mean, there's a lot of other stuff that might not be as
well.
much.
No, yeah. As a matter of fact, I saw Jordan last night at like 9 o'clock working. So yeah, I don't think he thought it was that fun when he was there. But yeah, he really does. Jordan, you do an excellent job.
Mark Yamaguchi chimed in with a long one there. I put it on and then cut it off. Marshall, the exhausting and strenuous field setup, I'm sure, is not something to look forward to. However, you and your team do an amazing job making sure it's all executed professionally. What do you consider the most dreadful part you experience and do not look forward to doing?
Ooh, that's a good question. And I'm surprised it came from Mark because that's semi-intelligent. So that's very good of you, Mark. He'll get me back to that later. What do I dread doing most of all? You know what? Sometimes I feel like I'm a babysitter when I'm getting things done because everybody has their own little opinion. And so sometimes I do a lot of babysitting, trying to get it set up and ideas, but we get it done. We work as a great team, but as any other team, you have bickering. It's like, okay, now let's get over it and get back to work. So yeah, that was a good question, Mark. So
excellent. We have a couple more events. I've been plugging these. One's coming up right away. We take a look at our save the date tomorrow, folks. If you're not doing anything tomorrow, you are doing something. Head out to Six Flags tomorrow. That is June 5th for our Meet the Team promotion with the San Antonio Gunslingers and the Six Shooters. Next event after that is the football camp, and that is Friday, June 20th. There are two different age groups that will be working there. The younger ones go first, and the older ones up to 17 years of age in the afternoon. And I'm not sure who's providing lunch for that event, but lunch, folks, is actually provided as well. So you get a shirt, you get to work with pros and professional coaches, and you're going to get fed.
Oh, and last year was excellent. It was excellent. These camps are very they're just a lot of fun, and they're also informative. The kids get to mingle with the players. The girls get to meet with the Six Shooters. It's just a lot of fun. The players love it, and the kids love it. So my granddaughter was in Six Shooter camp last year, and she just thought it was the most amazing thing in the world.
Well, the other aspect of the cheer camp this year, same as last year, they have two different age groups. And like last year, did your daughter get a chance to perform on the field?
Yes, and unfortunately, granddaughter. Yes, so my daughter's old.
Oh, it was your granddaughter.
Yeah, my granddaughter. Yeah,
that was part of the camp.
Yeah, it's amazing how we go into retro, and retro for us was a little while ago.
Yeah, it's more retro than the other people around.
Yes.
We
But no, my granddaughter did get to go on the field, and she loved it. Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
This year, they will have an opportunity for camp attendees to either be dancing on the bandstand area or on the field during halftime, I believe, are the two opportunities there for that. So if you have a child that is interested in cheer and dance, check out that camp.
Oh, they are going to love it. Guaranteed.
More information available at the website. Mark Yamaguchi saying, "You're too funny, Marshall." And I got to say, Mark, as soon as his name came up as a possibility for a co-host, they said, "Oh yeah, he's going to do just fine. That's the guy I want."
Well, Mark has a sense of humor. So, except for he's in Houston. So, but, it's a little dry for him. But Mark, you would do excellent. Quick-witted. Yeah. So, yeah.
Well,
all right.
Anything else to say before we wrap it up? Because
I'm hoping Mark's going to give me my $50 for saying what I said.
Yes. Well, I think you have to say he's also good looking too.
So anyway, what else did we have?
Leo Lamas wants the last word here. We need an old and fat man football camp where players and coaches get to whip us through a drill or two until we tap out. Until then, and then it's just beer drinking and barbecue. Fernando suggests we also
like to coordinate that.
Yeah, oh, you would?
Yeah.
Well, we have a location.
Yes.
And I think this field back here would be excellent for flag football because I really don't think anyone's going to go more than one play full contact.
Exactly.
But flag, you might be able to stretch for 3.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true, and that's another thing. You ever watch? We'll get back to Kali just real quick.
Oh, always.
How he gets just sacked by 300-pounders, and then he gets up, and it's like. I would be running the other way. I mean, it's amazing how he can take those hits and just get up and
I
flip
had a
around.
thought about that. Well, first of all, Kali's extremely elusive. The first guy that gets to Kali has really 2 choices. Stand here and wait for somebody else to show up.
Yeah.
Or try to grab onto a greased salmon.
Oh, yes.
And look real foolish doing it. So that's why the first guy gets there and he realizes the smarter thing to do, the less likely the foolish thing to do is to just physically try to screen him. The second guy shows up and he has a slightly better option because it's a greased whitetail. And then all 3 of them, when the third one shows up, that's why you always see him being tackled by multiple guys. It takes multiple guys, at least 2 to box him in a little bit.
Yes.
So the third guy could even find a handle on him.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And elusive was an excellent choice of words because I've seen him they have him and then he's gone.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Comment from Fernando saying all 3 of our other guests tonight would attempt to tackle Marshall. And it's like, no.
Yeah.
No.
I ain't as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was.
Mark Yamaguchi chiming in with a very appropriate comment. I'll be your huckleberry. Well, I want to end on a really positive note, and I think that was a pretty positive note.
Oh yes, and I think this Saturday because it like Kali said, we went through a few quarterbacks, took us a little bit of getting in sync, but now I truly believe that we're in sync and we're going to win some football games.
I thought we were going to be Backstreet Boys. We'll be right back after you said in sync. Okay. If I have to explain it, it's not funny.
Yes.
We'll come back and wrap this up in just a moment. You're watching Branded, brought to you by South Texas Spine and Surgical Hospital.
Quality. Here at John Wayne, it's not just a word, it's our foundation. From the people we employ, to the service that's provided, to the equipment that we design and install, quality matters. For nearly 20 years, providing quality Texas comfort to the San Antonio area communities has been our highest priority. For quality you can count on, call John Wayne today.
John Wayne Service Company is a proud sponsor of the San Antonio Gunslingers.
Hey, what can I say? Comes with the job. 1 minute I'm making a one-hand catch on the sideline. Next minute it's lights out and I'm on the sideline. And that's why I like Complete Care, because they're fast, just like me. They have ultrasound, CAT scan, X-ray, and even on-site lab. So if you get sidelined, know where to go. Complete Care. Official sponsor of the San Antonio Gunslingers.
And as always, Branded is filmed before a live studio audience. Hey, it's retro night.
Yes, it is, and that blended right in because I think of Archie Bunker for some reason when I hear that, So, but Carol O'Connor was an excellent actor.
Yes.
Played many roles. But then now we can talk about the shirts behind us because we were talking about them earlier, and these shirts are they're really good looking. They're really good looking, and they'll be in our concessions up there. Weston's going to be taking care of getting these out, and just very unique shirts. So you really want to check them out, and they make great Christmas presents too. Get one for your wife, your brother, your son.
Yeah. Knock it all out now.
Yes.
And season tickets for next year while you're at it.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you like yellow, pink, black, white, or Goonie, we have a shirt for each and every one of your tastes. Mark here getting another last word in. Can't wait to see y'all. It's always an amazing experience to make fantastic memories with such amazing friends. True Heart, guns up and get her done.
Guns up.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. That's the good thing about the Gunslingers. It's a great family environment to where it's and you talk about it for weeks after. So if you have something that you have nothing to talk about at the dinner table, go to a Gunslingers game.
I'll give you something to talk about.
Yeah.
And if you're going to stay home, make sure you order Mattengas Pizza.
Yes.
This will wrap up our show for June 4th, brought to you by South Texas Spine and Surgical Hospital. Make sure you've got the social media things done before we go because it helps the brand. And as always, folks, keep your guns up. Good night, everybody.